The Dead Sea Scrolls provide significant confirmation of the accuracy of our modern Bible, specifically the Old Testament. Let's start with the amazing history. In 1946-1947, a series of 12 caves around the site of Qumran, near the Dead Sea, were discovered to contain ancient scrolls. The caves were initially explored by Bedouin shepherds, who stumbled upon the site while tending their goats. One of the young shepherds, Muhammad Ahmed el-Hamed, tossed a rock into an opening on the side of a cliff, causing a jar to break and releasing a faint scent of old parchment. The shepherds later entered the cave and found 7 large clay jars containing leather and papyrus scrolls. The excavation and initial findings, news of the discovery spread, and archaeologists from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, led by Eliezer Sukenik, began excavating the site. Between 1947 and 1956, they uncovered tens of thousands of additional scroll fragments from the 11 nearby caves. The initial collection consisted of 900 manuscripts written primarily in Hebrew, with some Aramaic and Greek texts. The ownership of the Dead Sea Scrolls was initially disputed among various parties. In 1947, a cobbler who had acquired some of the scrolls from the Bedouin shepherds sold 4 of them to Athanasius Yeshua ish Samuel, a Syrian Orthodox Archbishop of Jerusalem. Meanwhile, Israeli archaeologist Yigael Yadin secretly negotiated the purchase of the remaining 3 scrolls on behalf of the newly established State of Israel. Unfortunately, the bill of sale was not properly drawn up, and Samuel lost a significant portion of the payment to the U.S. Internal Revenue Service. The scrolls were initially stored in Jerusalem's Palestine Archaeological Museum, but due to the Six-Day War in 1967, the museum was relocated to the Israel Museum in West Jerusalem. The scrolls were then moved to the Shrine of the Book, a specially designed building within the Israel Museum, where they were placed in permanent cold storage to preserve their fragile condition. Scholars have extensively studied the Dead Sea Scrolls, debating their authorship, date, and significance. Some theories suggest that the scrolls were written by the Essenes, a Jewish sect believed to have lived at Qumran. Others propose that they were hidden in the caves by Jewish scholars fleeing Jerusalem during the Roman conquest. In 2014, the Israel Antiquities Authority, IAA, rediscovered 9 tiny phylactery slips, tefillin, that had been stored unopened for 6 decades. The IAA is preparing to unroll and study these fragments. Additionally, the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, used digital infrared imaging technology to produce high-quality photographs of Dead Sea Scrolls fragments starting in 1993. The Israel Museum has also been working to digitize the scrolls and make them available online. Studies have shown great accuracy of our modern Bible. Here are key findings. Isaiah Scroll. The Isaiah Scroll, one of the most complete and well-preserved scrolls, shows a 95% match with the standard Hebrew Bible, demonstrating the reliability of the text transmission over time. And other Old Testament books. Fragments of other Old Testament books, such as Genesis, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Judges, Samuel, Ezekiel, and Psalms, were found to be consistent with the Masoretic text, the basis for our modern Hebrew Bible. Minor changes. Only 13 small changes were discovered in the entire Dead Sea Scrolls copy of Isaiah, 8 of which were known from other ancient sources. After 1,000 years of copying, there were no changes in meaning and almost no changes in wording. Consistency with other ancient texts. The Dead Sea Scrolls texts show close similarity to other ancient texts, such as the Septuagint, Greek translation of the Old Testament, and the Samaritan Pentateuch, a version of the first 5 books of the Bible used by Samaritans. Abundance and dating of manuscripts. The Dead Sea Scrolls provide an unprecedented number of manuscripts, over 600, dating back to the 2nd century BCE, allowing for detailed comparisons with more recent texts. This abundance in dating demonstrates the care with which the Old Testament was preserved over time. The Dead Sea Scrolls are considered one of the most significant archaeological finds of the 20th century, providing valuable insights into the history of Judaism and early Christianity. They have been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2015. The ongoing study and preservation of these ancient texts continue to shed light on the cultures and beliefs of ancient Israel and the validity of the Bible.